Walking with God is not for the weak at heart. It is not for the faint at heart. You have to be strong mentally, emotionally. You feel me? You have to be strong to walk with God because the adversary is he ruthless. He don't have no mercy. He does not play fair, and he comes after people you love because he's coming after your heart. A couple months ago, God told me that where he's taking me, a lot of people are going to fall off from my life, whether that's physically or even with death, right? And the scripture that he had brought me to is 1,000 to fall at your right side or something to that nature in Psalms. And he was saying it's a lot of things that I'm going to encounter as I'm walking out to where he has me going. And I just found myself praying, God, prepare me, prepare my heart for what's to come. And he began telling me to detach myself from everything and everybody, even my son. And that was the hardest pill to swallow, right? Because it's like, God, how do you want me to detach? Put it in my hands. Everything that I love, I have to put into God's hands, and I have to trust God enough to understand that God got them. Because if you are presenting like, this is my everything, I can't live without it, that's the very thing the devil is going to come after. So I'm just really expressing this because as I'm walking on this journey, life is real. Number one, life is real. So he's teaching me to experience things instead of claiming things like, oh, this mine and nobody else, and this, mine. No, just experience it, because ain't nothing in this world yours, And when you detach yourself, it's a lot harder for the devil to come after your heart to kill you off, because your heart is really not attached to something. Yes, you can love, but the things that you love that are so near and dear to your heart, put it in God's hands. God, I trust you with it. I trust that you're going to take care of my son. I trust you're going to take care of my family. I trust that you are a God who protects, and keep it like that, because this world is getting darker. Life definitely goes on, is what I'm learning, through whatever it is that's taking place in your life. Yes, God will allow a season to mourn. Yes, God will allow you a period in time. But it's going to be a certain point in your life where God is going to expect you to get up and keep going on what he has pointed you out to do, where he has directed you to go. And I really want to just share this because I know I'm not the only one that he have told this to. God has promised a lot of people promises, and the world is getting darker each and every day. And that means it's more wickedness that we're going to see. It's more people that's dying off. It's more that is coming to this world than we can imagine. And I think one of my prayers have been, God, prepare my heart for what's to come. I'd rather be prepared than be a 1 pound knockout from the enemy because I didn't want to listen to God's instructions of detaching myself and putting things in his hands to be able to trust him, even though I don't understand it. I'm not going to lean on my own understanding. I'm going to just trust God. And God is having me look at this from a different perspective of this thing that he is calling me to in this world. I always say this is a personal battle. This is between you and God. Before it was everybody else, the people who birthed you in this world, whatever the case may be, it was you and God. God had sent you here on assignment. So we can't get so caught up on the earthly pain that we never make it to our spiritual destination, because we allowed what the enemy conjured up to use to kill us off. We allowed the enemy to defeat us because we didn't realize that the enemy's main strength is playing on people's emotions. That's why he after your heart. God had to make me realize that's why the enemy he can use people outside of you, but he's trying to use people that's close to your heart. Because if he's close to that heart, you won't move. You won't grow. You won't get to where God needs you to get. So understand this and learn. I'm not here to say don't feel, baby. Okay, last one. I be in my emotions, but I don't let my emotions rule over me. Like I said, God will give you a time to mourn. It's a season to mourn, but it's also a season to get up and keep going. It's also the season to understand my human mind can't comprehend how God is moving. But I have to trust at the end of the day, all this is working out for my good, regardless of what's taking place. So understand this, y'all. This is all about knowing your enemy, all about knowing how he's moving, and all about the world that we're living in and the assignment God has called you to go on. Baby, this world is dark and you are walking through a dark, dark tunnel. God is with you. Just make sure you listen to his instructions because he knows best. What you don't see, he see. He in your next year. He in your tomorrow while you still in your today. So trust him even when you can't understand it, even when you can't comprehend it, even when you can't see him. Don't lean on your own understanding, but trust him.